Good evening. I hope you are sitting comfortably and that you have steeled yourselves for what you are about to experience. A podcast so directionless, you'll need a map and a guide just to make it through this intro. Should you survive the untamed wilderness of the fog of vaping, the profanity of politics, the gore of gaming, and the ever-twisting and undulating non-sequiturs, then you can say you have proudly navigated and survived your journey inside the minds of the Rambling Vapors.
Christian claim.
We are back again. Hello, my friend. Friends and friend. So we are back once again with the Renegade Master D4 Damager. Power to the people, Bong. Power to the people. So it's been a while.
It has.
Apologies again for this. It's life is life, and you know how things are, and the whole damn thing's been just so it's been difficult. Again, apologies if the audio's a little bit off on this one. We're playing around trying to get it even better. I think we're going to start recording separate audio soon, but yeah, we'll make do as we go. Right, so first things first, the last episode. Actually, no, let's rein it in. Bong, how have you been, my friend?
Yo.
How have you been?
Yeah, I've been very well. Well, I've been best man at my brother's wedding since our last recording, which we came out just before this one, obviously. Which also means I've had a stag do with him and his buddies, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, and just been staying out of trouble, working as usual.
Yeah,
A lot of gaming.
Yeah,
How about yourself?
bit gaming, a lot of smoking weed. It's a lot more smoking weed here.
It's Amsterdam, man.
Been cooking a bit more, which has been nice. Although, booked a fancy Christmas. We're going for a 5-course fine dining Christmas meal on.
Yeah, I saw Naomi's tweet about going for a fine dining for Christmas. Very nice.
Yeah. So get into the swing of things. Work's been mental. Everyone's been fucking sick for the last week. So it's been like me and Dario have been like the two seniors left standing kind of thing. It's been fucking nuts. But yeah, it's been good. So yeah, bringing it back to where I was going to go. Apologies, there's been a break. We did actually record an episode, but with everything kicking my ass, cards on the table, I had a real kind of low point of depression for a few weeks where I was struggling a bit. SAD kicked in, just some shit. But life got on better with me, so I never actually got around to publishing it when we recorded it. But do not worry, nay ye worry. The recording exists and it will be accompanying this episode as well. So you will see a double whammy getting uploaded. The other episode was recorded back in October. Just during towards the end of Vapetober. So it's a good fun little episode. As with most of our stuff, substance is random. But yeah, so that'll come along here. So you get a double whammy of rambling vapors, awesomeness, and fun. Also, you're going to see, as we discuss more, you're going to see more of a shift to us as we're going forward now, focusing a little bit more on stoner stuff. So I've got some stoner talk to go through over here in the dam. So yeah, we've got a fun little chatty catching up episode in store for you. And as is usually the way with Rambling Vapors, we're going to kick it off with our usual opening gambit of what have we been vaping? So, Bung, take it away.
I have been standard bungle as fuck. Still tugboat. I had an issue with that earlier this week, in fact, which I'll go into in a moment. With the Mesh Pro still. and I have just finished off my POM before I put a fresh build in and go back to Dutch Vapor's Space Cake.
Nice.
Is my next plan on that one. But as I mentioned, I had a bit of a problem with this earlier in the week where basically I was getting no display on the screen whatsoever. It started with the screen just freezing, and I was like, that's really bad because then I can't really tell if it's locked without having to fire it. In my office, which is a vape-free zone, especially sub-ohm.
Right, yeah.
I can't really do that. So I've been really wary with it. And then, like I say, the screen completely stopped working. And then, after doing a couple of flashes, I was acting like it was bricked.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
So while it was like that, and I was like just going, what the fuck can I do? What the fuck can I do? I have gone heavy on mech.
Oh, nice.
I say heavy on mech. I've literally been using this non-stop, my MV Heretic.
Ah, yes.
In stealth, with my purple recoil sitting on top of it.
This is why I love mechs.
The juice I've been running has been Just Jam, strawberry jam on toast.
Nice.
Because I am
a creature of habit.
I love what I love. And it just jams strawberry jam on toast. It's like I prefer to buy that in the premix 10 mils. I buy 6 times 10 mil bottles because then I know it's not going to get fucked by a Nick shot.
Nick shot, yeah.
They mixed it in house. It tastes how it's always tasted, and that's the only juice I'll go and buy the 10 mix multi packs rather than short filling because I want exactly what I want from that.
No, it makes sense. Like, you know, I've still not found that one ADV that I just repeatedly go back to. I've got a few that I cycle through quite regularly, although I may have found it, and I will talk about it when I come on to rinse through what I've been vaping, because I picked up some new stuff as well. So what else has been chugging on?
Like I said, with the tugboat, ended up actually taking the front of the case off, because thankfully at work, since I deal with a lot of UK and US equipment, I've got both metric and imperial Allen keys.
Ah, nice. I thought the
and obviously,
is it Allen keys
US
or is it hex screws?
Flawless. It's imperial hex screw.
Ah, right, yeah.
So I'm sitting there like, oh wait, yeah, and I literally take the thing to pieces, disconnect the battery, clean down the board. There was juice on the sort of actual screen and the screen ribbon.
Shit.
So I took the screen out and ribbon out, gave that a clean down, put it back together. Fucker's working again. Screen's coming up fine. Screen's actually looking clearer than it was.
Nice.
There's one issue.
Go on.
It charges, but it is not being picked up by eScribe anymore. So I think a chip. Basically, I think probably the communication chip from the USB has gone. Or it's just a bit of a loose connection that I just need to give a jig.
You might be able to write to Evolve and get them to repair that.
I might be able to, but it seems it's something I could probably just fix on my own.
Fair enough.
I mean, if it's chip gone, then fine, I'll send it off. I'm not going to go mad with a soldering iron.
Yeah.
I'll probably take it apart again, just have a quick look at some of the connections. If a loose connection's there, if it's something I can fix, I'll fix.
Yeah.
If it's something I'm like, that's a bit beyond what I'd want to do, I'll get in touch with Evolve and say, any chance you can give this board a quick fix?
Yeah, no, they're usually really good in support Evolve. Just join on their forums as well is a really good place to start off as well, because I've been on there for a while and good things.
I was looking up on there to figure out what to do. So, and that was basically like, take it apart, check the ribbon connection, and there we go. Nice.
Yeah, so when my Anarchist Solara DNA 200 that had issues, I took that one apart and it was the battery connection on there, and I sent it back to, I can't remember if it might have been Solara DNA, like Solara, the guys, they resold it all for me. When my VT250, my VT200 went,
the H cigar.
Yeah, that
one went.
That was the battery, man. I was just
that's one like. Yeah, it's currently sitting in a Pyrex dish in the garden. Oh,
that was nuts. So anything else to report on? You've been tooting on. How's well, actually, we'll come on to that in the stonery bit because I want to talk to you about the packs and stuff.
Yeah, we'll go to that in the stone a bit. Not really. I've been back on the coffee shop Unicorn.
Cool.
a little bit on that here and there. But like I say, pretty much it has been POM on the mesh and just jam on the recoil, and that is rocking an incredibly safe build, because I'm very fearful with mech, because I don't want to fuck it up. I don't want to be one of those pricks.
You can go up to like 0.2 you can run on a mech and have a decent vape from.
That's what I'm doing. I'm running a 0.21.
Okay. See, I tend to run mine. I've steered away as well from just not having time to build lots of complex coils. I'm probably just sticking now to around 0.15-ish, 0.13 to 0.15 on mechs.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm using like 21700 or 2700 mechs now, because the battery life you get is just ridiculously good.
Yeah,
when you're running around that, and you still get a really nice vape.
Which I'm running VTC 5As.
Nice. So. I've got, I think I'm VTC 5As, or no, actually, all my singles are VTC 5As, apart from two Samsung 25Rs. But yeah,
which I've got two backup 25Rs on my desk. Nice. I've got 4 VTC 5As that are the regular batteries.
I don't even, I've got 12.
You've got too many batteries. It's insane.
I've got 12 VTC 5As, 2 pairs of Samsung Q, the pink ones, the Samsung pinks, the ones with the
30Q.
30Q. 2 pairs of HE4s, 2 pairs of HB2s.
HE4, that's the poo browns, isn't it?
No, that's the yellows. The HB2 is the poo brown. It's a HG2, but yeah, it's the 2 that's the poo brown. The 4 is the yellow. Then I've got 2 pairs of matching VTC 5As, 2 pairs of matching 25Rs, 2 triple sets of 25Rs, and
anyone listening to this podcast should be like, he's just listing fucking
batteries. Sorry. Anyway, I've got a lot of fucking batteries. Plus, I've got like 4 2700 and 2 21700 batteries as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
I'll just never forget. Like, every time we've gone to like a vape expo or vape jam, it's like you rattle so much because the amount of batteries and battery boxes you have. It's like, I think the vape expo, the last one we went to, when you had like the 8 box full of ready charged batteries.
Yeah, man.
You probably got through about 3 of them at the show.
Yeah, but you never know. You never know. Like, what if I pulled one out and a wrap was torn? You know?
True.
Rather than be forced to, contemplate using an unsafe battery, I know I've got, alright, it's fine. I can just put that to one side and get another one. Yeah, no, I just go overly prepared.
There'll be someone that's doing battery wraps.
Well, yeah, but I always
but they probably won't have a heat gun. Overly
prepared, so. But, myself, I picked up some new vapes actually, because I found I ordered one online, and I found a vape shop, a good vape shop in Amsterdam. It was apparently the first one, and for the life of me now, I can't remember the name. Poor preparation, but I will link to them in the show notes. I picked up from there. I picked up the dot mod unregulated box mod, which like the Noisy Cricket 2-25 can be switched between parallel and series mode. I'm currently rocking it in parallel with the dot mod 2 RDA with the 24mm cap, with a alien build in there coming at 0.13. And inside that, I am rocking Jam Monster's apple butter and toast jam, which is fucking lovely and is not too much of a coil killer. So I've been really, really enjoying that.
Nice. I'm just looking up because the benefit of doing this over the web means
you have a computer.
I can have a web page.
Same, but I'm so frightened of my clicky keyboard.
See, that's why I went for the stealth at home.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
I've got there's a Puff store.
No, I will get the name of it because I've got a business card in my wallet, and I'll put it in the
Van
show notes. No, I can't remember. If you told me, I wouldn't remember. I think it's like E-Puff or E-Blow.
E-Blow?
E-Blow. That's the
Centrum.
chaps. Yes, that's the chaps. They're about 10-minute walk from my office. Yes, those are the guy. That's the guy. He's got some decent stuff in there. He's got some of the higher end Asmodeus stuff. He's got some. I mean, it's mainly Smok and things, but he's got some other more interesting stuff. Buying mechs.
Oh, does the Milkman range?
Yeah. Well, actually, no, he doesn't anymore.
No.
But
just look at the pictures on there. And it's like you can see.
Yeah. No, they can't get it anymore for some reason. But
I'm guessing it's the same for the. Because he has bought Milkman and Muffin Man and stuff.
No, he's still got the one hit wonder stuff.
Ah, cool.
But yeah, he's got some good stuff. I mean, it's a little overpriced. I mean, for the dot mod box, I paid $140 for that.
Yeah, but
it's actually
that seems like it's one of the few vape shops in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the Twitch, he has got that one displays showing tugboats. I think it's the square one, so I think that's the DNA. It's either the mech or the parallel mech or the DNA 200.
Yeah, it's like, and his actual in-shop stock is a little bit less as well. But he's got a great juice range, and he's really nice, and he does. He's one of the few places I can buy building equipment and wire without having to get it shipped over from the UK.
That'd be the big fucking killer, man. So not being able to get hold of your wires and shit.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Luckily, I've still got quite a lot in the storage department of my what do you call it? My vape cupboard of joy and awesomeness. So I'm just. Sorry, I was just tweaking my volume a little bit. I noticed I'd gone quite quiet. I'm still quite
it's unusual
quiet.
for you.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so also throughout this, I've been vaping another mech mod that I picked up, which is the Rogue mod, the Fallen Angel Rogue mod. It's got like a cool angel engraved into it. Nice 2700 mech mod. I've got that top with the Manta RTA. Whoop, knocking over all my shit. Yeah, I've got that top with the Manta RTA as well. That is filled with that Kilo liquid that I mentioned in the previous episode, which no one's heard yet. So, it's Kilo.
Well, I'm guessing they'll probably listen to that one before they listen to this one. So,
probably, yeah, very probably.
Literally at this point in time, no one's listened to it apart from yourself, and I was live.
Yeah. So anyway, what I was going to say, Sorry, I just needed to make some on-the-fly audio changes. So yeah, that's how we're rolling at the moment. Yeah, I was saying I've got that kiwi berry yogurt in there, which is really tasty, really, really tasty. And yeah, it's a really nice mech mod. I do recommend the key berry yogurt. It's very mild in its flavor profile. Peaking. But the benefit
vaping.
But the benefit of that is you can just vape it and vape it and vape it, and it never becomes too much. So it is a real ADV because of the subtlety of its flavor. Then now what has become my ADV is what I'm vaping in the third mod that I picked up, which is the Dovpo 240, the special edition, which is solid brass with like a Japanese samurai like laser printed onto one side and some other art on the other. It's a dual 18650 mod, potentiometer. So it hits like a truck. It's really, really nice and simple. I've got that top with the Skill RDA, and I can't sing this mod's praises enough. It weighs a ton because of its build, but the build quality is great and it's cheap, man. It's like 50-60 euros. I got it off 3F Vape for like I think 50 quid plus shipping, and fuck me, it's great. But yes, the juice, Charlie Chalk Dust Patch Mama. The mint leaf honeyberry kiwi, fuck, it's amazing. The mint hit in there is really herbaceous, like not synthetic mint, really fresh. The kiwi and the berry, and it you can just vape it and vape it and vape it and vape it. It's got a real nice sweet kick. Fuck, I can't get over how much I love this juice. I've gone through so many bottles of this already. I've also got another one. I've been working through their range actually now. So I've just been vaping the Pachamama mango, pitaya, and pineapple. It's okay. It's got a weird taste to it, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm. All right, sorry for the slight cut there. Just making some more on the fly audio changes again. Apologies. Apologies as this fluctuates. We are working on the scenario at the moment. It's
yeah. I need to pull my finger out and fuck around and sort out for recording at home.
Yeah, and I just need to get some sound dampening. But that kind of wraps up what we've been vaping. I have got another juice yet, which I haven't tried, which is a blueberry cake, which I got from the same vape shop that I was talking about, Eblo. Yeah, they're so I've not tried that yet. I will report on that next episode. It smells fucking great. So, and I'm a proper whore for anything blueberry vape related.
Do they not do tasters in the store then?
No, not they didn't have of those anyway. It's a very limited range that you had open. Like, it's not the same over here. Like, you know how everyone's in most vape shops have tasters for everything. Over here, it's really not, because they're
Time to Vape don't.
No, they don't.
That's one thing I find a bit odd. It's like, at least have like tasters and shit. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, I know I basically blow smoke up the arse of e-cig wizards.
Oh no, but they are great.
I love that shop. The guys in there are great.
Yeah,
and
I miss UK vape shops. I do say that. I miss the UK vape scene. It's like, it genuinely, there is stigma attached to vaping over here. Like, it's really weird. Like, people like, you know, like my boss is like, I'd rather smoke than vape, but I just find it really offensive. I'm like, fucking grow up. Just grow the fuck up. Like, you know, evolve with the times, man. Like, smoking is dying. There is something better that, you know, it's just better. Oh, sorry, you've got a cloud of harmless vapor that smells nice in your face for a brief moment while you're walking down the street, rather than a cloud of smoke which is dangerous and smells like shit. Oh no, but because it's just a bit more noticeable in terms of its presence. It's a bit thicker and denser. It's like, oh god, the children. If you
think if cigarette smoke was as visible as vape, then it would be quite heavily frowned upon. It's like, you don't realise how far cigarette smoke travels without seeing it. It's like, the amount of times you can sit there and smell someone smoking a cigarette like 10, 15 feet away. And it's just like, but if someone's like vaping, you can smell it about the same sort of distance away, but you can see it, and it's therefore, I take great offence to that. Whereas, I can smell someone smoking, but you don't. Yeah, it doesn't click because you don't have that like actual physical trigger. Like, well, I can't figure the correct term for, like, auditory would be noise. Visual trigger. Yeah. There we go. That's the word.
There isn't a visual trigger, and it's also, you know, it's kind of just it's like, as everyone says, the stigma on smoking and smoking's not normalized anymore. It still very much is, you know, like,
especially in Europe as well.
Oh god, yeah, and especially in Amsterdam, like, more so than a lot of places, other places I've been. Like,
I'm noticing a lot more people in the UK vaping than smoking.
Oh
nowadays.
god, yeah, like it was really noticeable for me when we first moved here that, like, no one vapes. It's so rare to see a vapor. Like, when I see another vapor in the wild now, I'm like, I just want to run up to them and be like, oh my god, how are you? How do you find it? Ah, shit, I don't know what to do. But, like,
it's not safe to stay here. We need to split up, look for survivors, and then get the fuck out of here.
Just like, just go over there with, like, you know, some cotton or something, just like, it's not safe to go alone. Take this. Come with me if you want to live. I can't do
Get rid of your old RDAs and just do that when you see a vapor.
Just like, here you go. Fucking trying to find an RDA over here. It's like, I've picked up some mods, but like, they're just trying to find RDAs. Not fucking easy. It's like, if it ain't a Watofo or some kind of like real basic number, it's just not happening. It really isn't. It does my nutting. It genuinely does my nutting. But, you know, we are where we are in terms of this thing. Hopefully it'll get better. You know, I mean, it's got to really, it's got to, because let's be honest, you know, like smoking is got to and is going to and has to die. It has to, you know, there has to be an end. But I don't know. Actually, I say that and I stop myself mid-sentence there because I'm like, actually, I don't know if that is the case. I don't know if it will ever completely go away. And I guess maybe it shouldn't. I don't know. I don't hold anything against smokers because I was one, and I just hold anything against people that aren't willing. Like, if you just allow someone else to make a different choice. Yeah. That's my problem. It's like, if you want to smoke, fine. You smoke, you do you, but don't fucking rally and get all bitchy about people that have just found something that is better for them and they would rather do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit of vape news wise. Just before I drop my other half off at work, I started watching it's like a little, I think it's only about a 10-minute video by Vice. From their Vice HBO News.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, it was about a prison, I think it was governor or commissioner, basically decided he came up with a product to introduce vaping into their prison system.
Oh, yeah, because, no, I think I remember seeing something about this.
Because a lot of prison systems in the States are tobacco-free zones due to the worries of secondhand smoke.
Yep.
The issue is you've got guys coming into prison who are not just smokers, but coming off a lot of harder shit a lot of the time as well. So basically going, oh yeah, you know for a fact you definitely can't have anything like heroin, crack, coke, whatever in here.
Yep.
Oh, but also,
no, you can't have cigarettes.
You can't have any cigarettes either. Getting off heroin, you're going to feel like you have a really bad flu for about a week.
Yeah.
Then you'll probably still want it, but you'll be able to live without it. You won't be going, oh God, I need it now. Same with like coke and stuff like that. It'll get out of your system fairly quickly. Your body will slowly readjust.
Yeah.
Nicotine is a cunt to get off.
Oh God, yeah. Why do you think smoking, why do you think the cessation rate for smoking was so low for so long until there were alternative nicotine intake methods?
I mean, I'm a bad person. I still smoke a little bit here and there. Mostly when I'm driving, mainly because I'm a little bit fearful of not being able to see while I drive. Also, it's bad enough I'm a white guy with a fairly bushy beard
and
dreadlocks.
Yeah.
I'm driving my car along the road. Huge plume of vape smoke comes out of the window. Guess who's getting pulled over and getting their car searched?
Oh, yeah,
they're not going to find anything, but there's probably some particulate pot or something in there. So it's like, I'd rather not draw that attention. So if I'm just having a fucking rollie,
yeah, you're not.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah, you'd be fine. You'd be absolutely
plume of
fine.
smoke is just like, oh, probable cause. It's like, I've never had a joint with produced that much smoke. If I was doing bong rips in my car,
yeah, maybe.
Then I'd probably be going, you know what, policeman, you probably should pull me over because I'm driving my car while doing bong rips. And if my journey is longer than 30 minutes, it's going to be 30 minutes, and then someone or me is going to be dead.
Yeah.
So,
like driving. No, I mean, completely. Which actually segues us quite nicely into Stoner Talk. But before we do go into Stoner Talk, we've done our opening gambit. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and do some Stoner Talk, because like we've both got some vapey goodness that we've been trying out, so we're going to talk about that. Right. I've got some other shit to talk about as well. So yeah, we'll be back in a moment. Enjoy whatever I decide to put in between these two segments that we arbitrarily do, so we can go ahead and take a joint. Take a joint? Yes, I take a joint in the morning with water and a piece of toast. I take
2 joints in the morning. I take 2 joints at night.
Basically,
I take 2 joints in giant piece.
we need to smoke more weed to power the rambling shite that we pipe into these microphones. Anyway, peace. We're back.
Vaping, gaming, movies, politics, you name it, we waffle about it. Rambling Vapors, a podcast about things.
And we're back. We've had, I attempted to have a joint, but it's raining like a motherfucker. And as soon as I opened my window, like just water hit me in the face. So I've switched to another device, which is, we're back and talking about what we was going to talk about. I'm proud of us, which is Stoner Talk. And we both, like Bungle mentioned, I think on either the last episode, maybe even the one before.
I think it was the last one because I don't think I had it the one before.
Possibly, because I think, well, regardless, you mentioned it. If you guys have heard it, it was the one before. Anyway, we both picked up like dry herb vaporizers. Bungle has picked up which packs is it?
Packs 3.
Packs 3. And I have the Davinci IQ. So we've both been using these for a couple of weeks. You had yours a week before me, I think. So I've had mine about a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're good. They're really fucking good, actually. I'll kick off talking about the Davinci. Actually, no, you kick off with the packs, actually, Bon, because you got yours first.
Yeah. I can't remember if I did go into any detail on it with the previous one. Because I think you said you were thinking about getting dry herb. Yeah,
this is going to be a comparison-y thing as well. Yeah. So let's go for it.
Packs 3. I went for the standard version. You can get a deluxe, which is, this was 169 quid. Deluxe is like 210, 220.
Okay, yeah.
For that extra money, you get a half tray door. Okay. So basically, rather than having to fill the full
like bowl
oven, you got half oven tray.
Yeah,
basically, it basically takes up half the oven. You use less weed in it.
Oh, cool.
I need to invest in getting one of those because this takes 0.3 of a gram every time.
Yeah, the bowl on the Davinci
is just insane. It's like, I love it. I get about 10 hits out of it. But that's enough weed in there, probably for, because I roll most joints with tobacco. Obviously, we use a lot less weed than you would if you roll pure in the States. I probably use about 0.1, 0.2 of a gram in a joint. Yeah. If that. I've rolled some stupid, ridiculous gram joints before. That's very much past. But doing it in a vaporizer is something else. Usually I'll do that, take a couple of hits, leave it a bit. Also, this version comes with both mouthpieces, as does the Deluxe. Deluxe also has a concentrate tray.
Okay,
which
cool.
I don't do concentrates. Mainly two reasons. I feel concentrates are a little bit like the crack of weed to the cocaine or coca leaf, more coca leaf to crack, basically.
What about dabs though? Like shatter?
Even shatter, same thing as concentrate.
Yeah, I know, but shatter's fucking great.
Never tried it and don't really see the appeal. It's just I don't want that.
Fair enough.
From my high. I like the slow build up. I don't want the sudden punch in the face.
I get that. I can understand that, but like I don't know. I think shatter has its place. I don't think it's like I wouldn't liken it to crack.
No, but what I mean is in my head, it's sort of that it's
a lesser
such
product.
a processing.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, you process coca leaf to make cocaine. You then process that again to get your
crack. Yeah.
Then, like, the way I see it, it's like, you have your weed, grows on the plant. You harvest that, you've got your weed. You then process that heavily using butane or some other sort of gas you're passing through. You can get CO2 shatter, which appeals to me more, I'd say, than a butane extracted shatter. I mean, I know I've done DMT, they've extracted using lighter fluid, so I'm a bit of a fucking hypocrite. Sorry. It's extracted using certain things, I don't know what. We'll cut back into that bit. And then basically, it's a bit of a hypocritical thing that I was like, I won't have any of this processed. I do take other drugs. I take stuff that has been processed. But to me, weed's a very particular thing for me. I'd like to have it how I have it.
No, I get that. I get you fucking vegan.
Well, fuck you.
No, but I do understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a hippie when it comes to that.
Yeah. Anyway, the packs.
Anyway, the packs, I divulge. We'll probably edit that bit down anyway. It has Bluetooth connection. Yay. So you can adjust the oven temperature from your phone. So depending on if you've got certain weeds that need a slightly higher temp or a slightly lower temp, you can adjust that all from your phone.
Yep.
You can also adjust mode. So you've got just a standard hit mode. You've got a stealth mode that sort of turns the oven off much quicker.
Yep.
And you got boost mode, which obviously punches the oven straight into heat and just basically blaps through everything. And I say I get probably about 10 decent pulls out of it before it's cached, and then I'm saving up all my ABV to use in some cooking at some point, because I hear that's apparently the best way.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're just decarbing the weed. It's perfect for making cannabis.
You're decarbing it, but you're getting double your money out of it, basically. But at some point, I'm going to have some delicious edibles.
Nice. Just make canna butter, and then you can just make all kinds of great bakery goods.
Oh yeah.
So, what's the battery life like on it? And it's built in as well, isn't it? It's a built-in
battery.
Yeah.
It's got a magnet attachment on the back that you clip onto the charging cable, which is probably somewhere on my desk. I don't know where. It's wrapped. Is that it wrapped around my cigilli? Still have that? No, that's just a USB micro cable. It's somewhere on my desk.
Okay.
Basically, it claps onto the back, charges for USB. I have only charged this once since I've owned it. I have not had to recharge it yet.
That's pretty good going.
I haven't been hitting it massively heavily.
Okay.
When I first got it, I used it several times for the following nights.
Mm-hmm.
I've then used it when I've been, I think I went out once, took it out with me then. Also had it on my brother's, on a stag do of a person I was with recently. Can you edit that as well?
You already talked about your brother's stag do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, not that stag do, a different stag do. She doesn't listen to this anyway. So yeah, I had it with me then. Sort of thing, and again, it was pretty useful just to have a little toot, toot, toot. And it's again very subtle. It looks like, to me, it looks like a lot like the sort of the blue.
Yeah, it does have a very e-cig look to it.
I mean, I've gone for the flat top, which does. If I went for the shape top, it would look even more like a generic e-cig you can buy from a shop.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of that top though, so I prefer going for the sip top or the flat top.
Yep, I agree.
But yeah, I've been using that. Also in regards to going pure and getting rid of tobacco, I think I've mentioned this previously on the podcast, is my one hitter. Is again another favourite of mine to have out and about, because you've got a little dugout.
I need to pick one of those up. I need to get myself a one hitter, I think.
One hitter out. So you just need that for a night out, because you can just bap, 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 blap, eject. Done.
Nice. Yeah, no, I think that's definitely something I should look into, I think. So
your vaporizer,
yeah,
the
Davinci IQ. Okay, so what was the costing on yours?
I believe it was $169 for default.
Okay,
for standard even. Deluxe, it's I think about $210, $220. I'm gonna say deluxe comes with both kits come with obviously packs, charge cable, some cleaning stuff.
Yep.
And 2 or 3 additional skins. Well, screens.
Mm-hmm.
The deluxe also comes with the multi-tool for packing and cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Also comes with concentrate tray, like I mentioned earlier, and the half oven lid.
Cool. Okay.
I'm probably going to invest in the half oven lid.
Yeah.
And I don't see the point in getting the multi-tool, because I use a natural hairbrush.
Yeah.
And not as in the brush for your hair.
No, you mean like made of natural
bristles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for packing, my thumb is about the same size as getting into the tray, so perfect. I can pack it perfect with that. So
the Davinci IQ, it's a bit more. It's 270 euros I paid. It's okay, so I'll run down the basic specs. It's a little bit smaller than the packs, but a little bit wider. Really sturdy construction. Again, it's got similar functions to the packs. It's got the Bluetooth in there. It's got a smart heating mode, which is what I tend to use. You can just put it on 1, 2, 3, or 4, and that's kind of just, it regulates everything really nicely. Now, there were a few major differences between the two. One note on the Bluetooth software, I find it a little bit flaky, but you can like fine-tune temperature on the device itself, but not the curves. That's the only thing you can't do. But
Yeah.
the smart mode I found basically caters for 90% of your needs. So a few things where I think the Davinci IQ, for me, it was what made me pay the extra for it. Firstly and foremost, as we were discussing earlier, I own a fuck ton of 18650s. This is an 18650 powered device with a removable battery. So I don't need to worry. I can just have 18650s and swap the battery out if I need to. I never need to worry about actually charging this. So that was just a big bonus for me. Although obviously from what you've been saying about the battery life in the packs, this still, obviously because it's an 18650, doesn't have that same length. It's got average 18650 length, but it works a treat. The mouthpiece is quite wide, but it's got some really cool features, like regarding the mouthpiece. It's actually got, if you go inside, this chamber under the mouthpiece, which is a flavor chamber. So you can pack this with other dry herbs. I had some loose leaf tea in there. You can even pack it with weed, and the vapor travels through it. And it's really interesting. I had some like goji berry and acai green tea in there, which was...
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, no.
In the best way, I mean. I don't mean like that insulting.
No, it was genuinely a really interesting vape experience.
Yeah, I think that'd be quite interesting to do that with a sort of a nice Assam and then make a tea with the Assam.
There's not really enough in there for a cup. There is not enough in there for a cup. It's like, a little bit, because you don't want to overpack it, because otherwise you'll block the airways.
Oh, yeah, but you do that, and you do that over several sessions.
And then store the tea. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. But the tea does get moist in there, because the vapor is a little bit moist, so I don't know how long you'd be able to keep it. But coming back to some of the key things, like with yours, it came with... a different mouthpiece, so it's got a flat, like slightly indented mouthpiece, and then it's got a longer one with a tube on it. Interestingly, the extended mouthpiece is also designed to fit into a bong.
I never understood bong adapters for vaporizers.
Well, I'm going to try it out because I'm going to be buying a bong next month.
Oh, nice.
Yes, but it's, the bowl for it, and this is where things get really interesting. It's all ceramic, and it's a ceramic heating element, so there's no gauze requirements, no screens or anything like that. You just have you have the bowl at the bottom and this little ball, and that ball is a ceramic heating element. You can just clean it off when you're done.
Nice.
And it also has a little cubby hole inside here for a scraper / pokey, which you get 2 of. You also get cleaning wipes.
Because they know you're going to lose it.
And it comes with a sleeve. The second one comes with a sleeve you can put on your keyring, so you can keep it there. You get a stash can as well that goes on your keyring, so you can pre-grind up enough for... You can get 3 bowls worth into the stash can.
Very nice.
You generally get 10 hits out of the bowl. Again, I think it's probably similar in capacity to yours, because you have to densely pack it. But again, you don't need anything to pack it, just because it's all ceramic. It's got like the base is indented, so you just tip your weed into that and spoon it into the chamber, close the lid with the heating element, and fucking Bob's your uncle. It's great. Heats really quickly. I'm a huge fan. It's fucking expensive though. So it's definitely, vape budget or weed budget hands thing, because it ain't cheap. But
it's pretty much the same with all dry herb vaporizers.
Yeah, for some reason they are genuinely really expensive. Like really, really
the ones
expensive.
that work well cost you a lot. The ones that, like, I remember that dry herb vaporizer you had that fit on a 510.
That was fucking terrible.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah, no, that just didn't work.
It was just like, what the fuck? But, because I've had the Magic Flight launch box for years prior.
Yeah, I remember.
That was a pretty good vaporizer, and that was sub 100. quid.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a nice little tasty mod. It's well built. It's well designed. But I do find it didn't have quite the hit that you'd expect from most vaporizers.
Yeah.
Going to the packs is obviously, well, you can see I spent nearly twice as much money as I did on the Magic Flight launch box.
Yep.
And I feel I've got a better vape 2 times over. It does work like that. And like stuff like the desktop ones, like the volcanoes and stuff, are incredibly expensive but incredibly good.
Yeah.
And then you get the desktop ones, which like that shitty thing that was noisy as all hell.
God, the jar. You mean the jar? The
jam jar on top of a noisy box
with a heat, like a tube in the middle that had a heating plate,
and it's like, this is shit.
It was really shit. It was really shit. But there's nothing subtle or calming about that vape. Like one of my friends at work, he's got a vaporizer, like a portable one that's got water in it, and you spin, like it doesn't have a heating element per se. You spin the bottom and that creates like, I don't know how it works, but you have to spin the bottom as you vape through it. It does heat up as well, but you spin the bottom and it spins the water and it generates. It's fucking weird. It cost him like
effect or something.
Yeah, it cost him like €500 or something. It's ridiculously expensive.
Jesus. That's a bit insane.
As I was mentioning about getting a bong as well, one of the guys, one of my mates, Danny, he's just bought a new bong. Fuck, it's gorgeous. He got it. It's about 30 centimeter ice bong, like beaker style, but it's got this hand painted Chinese dragon all over it. Oh fuck, it looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. He got it, and because he spent quite a bit of money on it, he got a goodie bag with like a chillum, a glass chillum, a little pipe, load of papers, couple of grinders, loads of goodies and stuff. So I got to give a shout because this is where I'm going to shop for my bong as well. Grass City EU. Fucking, they've got Trailer Park Boys bongs. Yeah, but I'm looking at either a percolator bong style bong or a proper like ice chambered bong.
I've always been tempted to get either percolator or I've seen one that looks a really good idea for me is ones that have an ash catcher on them as well.
Yeah. You can actually buy them separately as well. Like just ash catchers.
You can get that as a separate attachment onto the downflow pipe, but.
Yeah, they've got like that website has got such a cool selection of bongs on there. I can't recommend it enough. Like they've got it's so weird being able to buy all this shit just fine.
It's like I could easily go buy a bong tomorrow. I could drive to Bury St Edmunds, go into Sunrise, and buy a bong off the shelf. But it's from Sunrise. It'll probably be a flaky fucking PVC plastic thing. Or I could go to Norwich down to Ali Bongos and buy a nice,
really good
glass water pipe for smoking tobacco and other dry herbs, not for use with any illegal substances.
Yeah. Although, speaking of all this legal substances things, isn't the UK actually making some headway recently? Like, medical marijuana is going to be a thing there soon, right?
Medical marijuana is a thing for extreme cases.
No, like it's going to become like, regular. It's going to become more readily available. Like I don't know the ins and outs, but Naomi was telling me something that's happening. Like it's imminent. The change.
The change that I'm aware of is basically after the court ruling in regards to the kid with epilepsy. Blinded me. Who basically his mum was petitioning to get hold of basically like Charlotte's Web, which is a high CBD marijuana, which is obviously illegal in this country, despite just being pretty much pure CBD. Since it's the weed plant, you import it, it's going to get stopped at customs. You can get CBD oil in this country, but I think that they wanted to actually try some of the marijuana products. And also, I think they probably even tried some with THC. I'm not sure the full ins and outs.
No, here we go.
Basically,
sorry, carry on.
Okay.
No, carry on.
Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, basically, they pushed that through the courts and basically saying it has been proven to work in the States with children.
I know about this case, but I have just found the article. So just quickly running through. Okay, it's from The Independent, but doctors will be allowed to prescribe medical cannabis within months after Home Secretary Sajid Javid was advised by the Advisory Council on the misuse of drugs that has therapeutic benefits. It follows several high-profile campaigns which captured widespread media attention and evoked deep public sympathy. So medical cannabis was outlawed, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be actually readily available as treatment. Obviously, we don't know exactly
I've got a feeling it's going to be for cases like people with severe epilepsy, which basically it's where no other drug has been able to touch their seizures. Because that was basically with that kid. He was basically not able to have a normal life as a child because he'd spend the majority of his day having a seizure.
Yeah, no,
he takes this marijuana product, and basically he has like the first normal day in years.
Yeah, I'll link to I was just going to say, I'll link to the Independent article because there's a lot on there, which I'm not going to go over now, but I think there's definitely some positive moves going forward. But carry on. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's fine. Basically, I think it is going to be in extreme cases where basically you're not going to be able to go, like in California before it was legalized recreationally. It's like you go to your doctor and say, I've got sweaty palms. Can I have a green card? Doctor says yes.
Yeah.
Or you go to a doctor and say, basically, I have like the list of ailments you could have in California to qualify for medical marijuana was incredibly long, and it seemed more of a way of like, just tell me that you have one of these conditions.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a brilliant song that I discovered recently by a couple of it's a duet group called Garfunkel, it's Oates and Garfunkel.
Yep.
Like Hall and Oates, and it's two women. One of them who remember in Scrubs. What's the lawyer's name?
Ted and the Blanks.
When Ted gets a girlfriend who plays the ukulele.
Oh yeah. Vaguely.
She's one of the members of this band. It's like two lasses, comedians, started this band, and they've got a song called Weed Card, which is basically saying like how it starts off saying how it's really difficult to get weed and to get medical marijuana in California, and then they just listening through the albums is fucking hilarious. But they'll say sweaty palms, Tourette's, all sorts of stuff. You can qualify to getting a weed card.
Well, you like genuinely, like now living somewhere where it's, you know, like obviously we've been over what the laws are here and that they're not like clear cut and dry. It's a bit fucking sketchy and God knows, but being somewhere where you can go into a shop and just buy weed, it's kind of mental, really. It does just make you. It really hits home that it's just a really fucking dumb thing to outlaw. It's mental. It's just. Bleh.
The place I found it craziest, obviously I went to Portland for Dave's wedding last year.
Yeah, of course.
And they had just gone from medical to recreational, and unlike a lot of other states where it's like, okay, we'll do this and the move will be happening then, it's like, we're doing this now. And anyone could go buy weed. And it would just have to coincide. We were there.
That's amazing.
A few months after this had gone through, so we were able to go into shops. And I mean, obviously, in Amsterdam, you go into a place, people are smoking joints in there. Mm-hmm.
They're not really shops; they're cafes. You don't really have cafes. That many. There are some things that are a little bit more kind of, you know, official looking, but generally it's kind of cafes.
But the first thing I did, basically, we landed, dumped our shit of things. Like, I'm finding a pot shop. A dispensary. So we go for a walk, and Google Maps, I search for dispensaries, and it tells me there's one like half a mile away or something. It's like, that's fucking walking distance. I'll go get some cash and then hit that up. So I hit an ATM, then start walking to this place, go there, walk in the door, And they're like, oh, hi, da, da, da. And it's like, oh, hi there. We're looking, I just want to buy some marijuana, please. And I'm like, okay, have you got your ID with you? I pull out my passport. Brilliant. Other half forgot her ID. I shouldn't got a passport on her. I've got my driver's license. And I'm like, sorry, since you're from out of state and you're out of country, it has to be a passport. Basically, their laws are basically passport, state ID. They are the only two legitimate forms of ID that you can have. So I'd go that, and they're okay, brilliant. I'll just buzz you through, go through, and then one of the bud tenders will sort you out. So I go through there, and it is like going into a fucking patisserie.
Yeah,
is what I could say. You got these lovely glass display cabinets with these jars with weed in them all over the place, and it's just like, then you got the glass display of all the shatter and stuff. You got papers behind the counter and pipes and a few pipes here and there. And like the guy's like, oh, hi there, so and so. What sort of thing are you looking for? And so I describe, obviously, well, I'm English. I don't usually get a choice. I basically have what my guy can get. And it usually tends to be heavy sativas. No, indicas even.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, So I want something, I want a pretty much very either high percentage sativa or pure sativa that I'm going to have a really nice, happy, heady high. Really joyful. And the guy's like, okay, well, these are the ones that we've got a special on this one here. This one is the one I would personally recommend. And it's just like going through all the different weeds I have in that sort of area that I wanted. It's like, and how would you like that? Would you like that in a pre-rolled joint? Do you want that in a gram? Do you want to buy an eighth? And it's like, I will have an eighth of that, please.
Beautiful.
And it's like, then it comes in a little fucking plastic pot, like a fucking pill bottle.
Yep.
I was like, there you go, sir. Cash over. Brilliant. Pop tip in the jar for a great bud tender. And I love that's their name. They're bud tenders.
I know, it's great. It is great.
Brilliant. And it's such a surreal experience going into this shop and actually having a discussion like what you're after, and they're like going through the stuff and what they their personal recommendations. It's like, that's what you want when you're buying something, rather than just like, it's good shit, mate. Yeah. My current guy, pretty good. He tells me what I'm getting. Yeah. Which is better than pretty much all other dealers I've had in the past, except for one other guy. Like, the guy previously I had was like, when I first came from, he was like, oh, so do you know what strain this is? It's like, it's weed, mate. Like, great. Okay. Yeah. On the plus side, it was good quality stuff, but I don't want, when I ask what sort of weed am I getting, to just have, it's weed. Yeah. But, okay, does that mean it's fucking bushweed or what?
See, over here, you do get, like you say, you do get menus with the different types on there. Like, the range is nothing in comparison to what you would get over in the States, of course. But it's definitely better than, most other, like, it's a great option. And I can go in and I can, like you say, I can get the sativas that I want to get. And I can always order the, I know what I'm getting. Is where I pretty much regularly now get blueberry haze because it's a big heavy it's like 80% sativa. It gives a really nice buzzy high. It's got a really nice aroma, and it's you can smoke it all day every day. Just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. But I do think it's lacking in a lot of ways when you look at what they do over there. And I think that's just because of the nature of how it's not strictly legal here. It's this weird workaround. So it kind of does just breed it into that, more kind of like, I don't want to say seedy because it's really not. Because I mean, a lot of them are really just nice cafes. You can go in, you can have a meal, and they do great coffee.
I mean, obviously, within the States, it's the weird thing there is it's legal state-wise, but not federally.
Yeah.
So they can't deal with banks. They can't have cards at all.
Yeah, I know.
Things like that. It's like, it all has to be like, everything's done in cash. And like, that's the problem is a lot of them have been hit over. I know there's a case back in California, with the medicinal days, when dispensaries that are running legally on a state basis were being raided by the federal DEA. And having everything seized, and said, well, you'll have to take it to court to get your stuff back.
Yep.
And your stuff will either never ever go to court, you'll never be charged.
Yeah.
But your seized property remains.
The seizure laws in America are completely fucking whack.
It's insane.
But I mean, like, just everything about America right now. Sorry to American listeners, but fucking hell, like. I mean, the UK's no better with fucking Brexit. Jesus Christ, I'm so glad I'm not. Well, fuck knows, I still might get humped by that. If we crash out without a deal, you might see me fucking in the UK in, like, you know, the next day just being completely fucking humped. But we'll see. You know, I'm hoping not is the case, but we'll have to see what happens with that. Yeah. I think, what was the... Sorry, I've been toking on my vaporizer, and it's all just kind of settled in, and I'm like, okay, I'm really fucking stoned, which is, you know, very appropriate, I guess. So, big news as well that we wanted to report is we are going to be able to do a podcast live here, both of us in the same place, because Mr. Bungleman is coming to the dam for a visit. Yeah, so look out for a show coming out around February time. Probably
March next year.
Yeah. Well,
not this year, obviously.
Yeah. No, this next year.
Exactly. I said it can't be this year because that's in the past.
Well, yeah.
There probably was one that came out around February, March time this year, but it won't be that one.
No, it won't, because it's gone, it's in the past. But, yeah, so where I was going, we'll be getting one out there, so that'll be a nice special episode where we're just going to get, like, that's going to be the super baked episode, I think.
Oh, yeah, we'll be so fucking chonged.
I'll hopefully have my bong then as well, so do bong rips.
You know, it takes me like 10-15 minutes just to prep up to take a bong rip.
Yeah. Well, that'll be the opening segment then.
It's like you and Dave just like, come on, hurry up. I was like, dude, I've got to get into the fucking frame of mind before I hit this thing, otherwise I may vomit.
Yeah, bongs are in. Although, having said that, I think the more and more I vape, the easier I find it to do bong rips. I mean, they're still battering AF, but I can definitely hit and rip them now.
I've also got a certain connotation, especially with the one you used to have. Had a certain aroma to it.
Oh yeah, I know the aroma you mean.
Again, gave me that slight reluctance.
Yeah, because there was always like a little bit of like, where is this actually going to go though? That happened to me with one night after a work do with James, one of the guys I used to work with. We hit that bong and that aroma kicked in. I was just like, oh, I didn't expect that. Jesus Christ. And he was there just like, it turned out he was just a massive fucking racist and was just like... It was just really intense. So I went to bed. Yeah. That was a fucking weird night. But yeah, so that's gonna be some fun and games for us with Bungle coming here, bringing his lovely other half as well. So I doubt we'll be able to persuade the women to come onto the podcast for a bit.
No, I don't think.
I mean, Naomi would, but I don't know if Ruth would. Yeah. Fair enough. Cool. Well, we have been back now. We've been rambling a little bit. We've talked about the stuff we want to talk about, so we're going to start bringing this baby to a close. And don't forget, we're uploading 2 episodes this time round, so after you finish this, you can go and listen to the one that we did before.
Or, chances are we'll upload that other one as an episode before this one.
No.
So thanks for listening. You can download this one, then upload the one from ages ago.
Because I'm going to upload the most recent one now. Well, actually, I'll upload but I'll upload them right next to each other. So if you just listen to the most recent one, fair enough. Like, you're not missing great shakes, but you know, there's some fun and games as always in the last one. So feel free to go back and check it out.
The usual shit that we get up to. Stoned and ramble about shit.
Mm-hmm. Also, I want to give a massive shout out to everyone that's listening over from who's kind of found us courtesy of Ian and Dave and the LARP Noobs podcast.
Hello.
You
might recognize me as the narrator.
I'm
not doing that.
I hope you found something of interest within this podcast anyway. So welcome.
And you're discovering that one of the guys in that group is a massive blazehead. I'm really hippie with dreadlocks.
Well, I'm like more so now. I'm very much like a pro weed advocate. So I'm like, this like we're actually going to make some change. I'm going to work on the graphics for the podcast. I'm going to try and put a cannabis leaf behind us in the logo. So we're going to be a little bit more of a stoner orientated podcast. I know I've already mentioned that.
It's either that we'll try and do something a bit more subtle, perhaps a stylized one. So
it's not going to be like the most
glaringly in the face.
No, it'll be fine. Because I've got it. Although this is part of the problem, there shouldn't be a fucking stigma anymore. I know in the UK. I know in the UK, it's still
a lot of employers would not. I'd make sure if I'm listening to anything like Dr. Dre's 2001 album, I do not have my album chart showing on my fucking desk because that's just a massive pot leaf.
Yeah, completely. No, I get that. So anyway, we've been the Rambling Vapors. We've been rambling and vaping and stoning.
Getting stoned.
Stoning. Yes, we've been stoning sinners.
Yeah. Stoned Ape Fury.
So we'll be back again.
Hopefully soon.
And also instantaneously if you go back and listen to the other episode directly after this.
Yeah.
And if you do
into some early episodes as well going, I miss what they used to talk about.
Yeah. When we used to have a bit more context and it wasn't a bit weird and remote and we'll get there. We'll get there. It's all
we'll get
part
back to
of the
those.
process.
And once we get the audio sorted out between the two of us, we'll look at perhaps getting other people in, like get Dave back on, Ian back on.
Yeah.
Obviously, they'll probably be using gaming headsets. But
I was actually thinking about we can probably just get them to dial in and do a joint conversation. I mean, we can give it a shot and see how it goes.
We'll give it a shot and see how it goes.
It's one way we can get like a lot of people on at once as well.
Yeah, the only issue is that when you get too many people, I mean, we do it bad enough to each other, talk over one another.
We do.
But
God, if you put like Ian, Dave, Mark, everyone, and because I'd love to get Arda on. I'd love to have
Arda. It'd be brilliant to have Arda on one, actually. That'd be great.
That would just be a completely different perspective to have on the show as well.
But the only issue with that would be there's quite the possibility that Turkey is blocked video conferencing software.
Oh, yeah. That's very
I wouldn't be surprised.
We can probably sort out a VPN or something. Anyway.
It's Arda. He's going to have a VPN.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, guys, it's been fun rambling shit at you. We'll be back again soon. Check out the other episode, links to anything pertinent in the show notes. And don't feel free to hit us up on email or anything, or the Facebook page that I do check, just never post on because I'm shit at social media.
Not posted on there at all myself. All the posts have been you. I should put something on here.
I at least link it to my Instagram, which I occasionally fucking post on. So I'm just really bad at social medias, which is terrible for trying to do a podcast and get it. But nah. Anyway,
that's the way.
We're gonna go play some Destiny. So peace out.
Peace and love. Stay safe.
Boom.
Well, I hope you have enjoyed our time together today on this tumultuous journey through minds so distorted they barely qualify as such. Please do join us again in another time, at another place, for another glimpse into the profoundly strange and fascinating world of the Rambling Vapors. Release.